Yo, look, I don't chase fate, I reshape weight, place grace where the strain aches, trained in flame-based states where pain makes the plateau break. Still face storms with a gaze that stays plain, no feigning complaint, just rain tracing traits of a mind that refrains from restraint. See, I stake claims in restraint, not rage, I delay my blades, reframe shame into strength, let waves crash through layered faith. Kept my aims vague so fate don't bait me into waste. I trace grace in mistakes, turn breaks into pavers escape. I ain't immune to the wounds, I just move through them clean, smooth like a monk's truth, glued to a dream with bruised esteem. I breathe in venom and exhale peace, still unseen, but I don't need the crowd to validate a silent king. When the pressure starts singing, I hum low, no eruption. My functions tempered, constructed from punctures and junctions, clutch discipline like a blade in a quake. Never drop stance, each dance is a mantra laced in the pulse of a stoic dance. I ain't here to break fate, I bend with it, cast iron spine. Each scar's a sign packed that I never decline to climb. Let the world burn, I observe, adapt through design. Detached from the urge, let the surge refine my lines. See, I ain't reactive, I'm refractive, I shape the light. Cut noise into glass shards and walk calm across the night. I write silence in the verse, make the pain sound precise. Refuse to fight storms that would never mind to ignite. Stasis ain't death, but it mimics it. I've been in it, reflected long in still ponds where the limits should finish it. Built a fortress from indifference, not apathy, but vividness, where virtues inked in vigilance and rage is forged legitimate. I won't claim peace as a prize, I earn it from the void, where noise begged to define me, but I stayed poised and employed. A code older than grief, hold truth, never exploit. Let action speak for belief, keep the ego out the voice. Yeah. I don't build on dreams, I bolt beams to the facts I test. Cold steel tracks laid flat where ideals get wrecked. Theories clean till it bleeds, I don't guess, I assess. Invest in effects, not intent, truths where function reflects. If the wrench slips, I adjust grip, no shame in a pivot. I don't pray for a fix, I revise the frame till it's different. Talks cheap, talks deep, I speak through systems. Drill thoughts in the process, not locked in wisdoms. Blueprints ain't sacred, I sketch them in chalk, then walk where the pressure proves which angles are false. No gospel in vision unless the mission results. I cast doubt like molds, then break them when outcomes halt. I don't flaunt philosophies, I follow them through resistance. Construct beliefs from failures, not preconditioned insistence. Truth is friction plus grit, convictions persistent, but never immune to change, just tuned to logistics. Stasis ain't peace, it's a rusted valve in a closed pipe. Progress clots when we idolize what once felt right. I don't chase light, I calibrate scope, adjust sight, tighten my language to cut, not floating foul insight. I fold lies into metrics, break code in its syntax, revise hopes with a hex wrench, and prose I could live past. No halo in habits, I break glass when it miscasts. Rip past from the static to reformat with a grip slack. Each word's a component, if it fails I scrap the phrase and I don't pray for validation. I test what I'm creating, ain't no virtue in decay, just excuses masquerading. I stay where the build holds firm under weight and abrasion. I don't debate fate, I dissect it, check for function. If the gears don't click, I fix them or reroute the junction. Don't let pride delay the patch, adapt, keep punching. Motion's not belief, it's the code that keeps me running. I don't wear fate like a chain, I train absent the frame. No preordained lanes, just terrain I claim when I name my pain. Essence ain't innate, how you wake was shamed and shaped. The scaffold of self from the flakes that break when I test my faith. No code from the cradle, just pages I penned in ink. Each blink builds a blueprint stitched from instinct and missing links. I don't think purpose waits, I craft it from what I face. Each breath a makeshift scaffold laced in recursive grace. I ain't searching for signs, I assign them then refine. Define my spine through the grind, realign in borrowed time. Suffering's a god, I climb it, grim grip and all. My falls, my forge, I rise when I stop fearing to stall. I don't beg for peace, I breathe through storms and script decisions. Ain't no meaning in the static, only signal and precision. Freedom's not a gift, it's a cliff edge dressed in vision. I choose to leap, not to sleep in false definitions. Every choice a scar with a voice and an echo, so I listen to the cracks that collapse my old tempo. Truth don't comfort, it cuts and I let go of every script that flips without tether to the threshold. Stasis, that's a myth, it's just fear framed as stillness. I drift through the void while I build new rhythm from resistance. I don't need a reason, nah, I need motion with persistence. I exist and persist, forge willing to assist them. Identity's a loop, I debug with every pass. Each mask I shed leaves cold in the aftermath. I ain't fixed, I flux, disrupt tracks, then double back. A paradox in progress, mapping flaws where virtues lack. This ain't faith, it's defiance. I breathe without blueprint, each moment a strike. I fight for what truth meant, I don't wait for fate. I write what the proof hints, I live like the page is flame and every line is movement. I slipped on a thought. It grinned back, cracked my spine on a punchline I never meant to unpack. Truth wore a hat that said no refunds, and I laughed so hard I forgot where the beat was from. If life's a joke, I choke on the setup, swallow the punch with a grin, let meaning disrupt. They said it is what it is, so I replied, that's the best that a liar can do when their mask is dot. I pirouette in paradox, mind box locked, broke the fourth wall with a wink while the fifth one watched. My logic's on strike, my faith got furloughed, and hope he's outside with a sign that just reads maybe tomorrow. Stasis plays poker with entropy's cousin, they bluff with a grin. I fold and juggle assumptions if the path makes sense. I start running, wrong direction, just to prove I'm still becoming. The sun rose sideways, I bowed in reverse, saluted a tree that once quoted ʟɪᴅ in a curse. My plans dissolved, still framed them as art, tattooed a to-do list across my fragmented heart. Some days I speak fluent, contradiction. Other days I argue with clocks about friction. I once built a shrine to the unknown, burned it for warmth and questioned who thrown the first stone. Laughed so hard the mirror cracked, fell through the hole and still haven't come back. If meaning's a myth, I mythologize mine, write absurdities in cursive while the void mimes lines. I sip chaos through a bendy straw, call it gourmet, serve it raw. The rules ain't broken, they're just improvised. I play life in jazz keys where the logic lies. And Stasis, it begged for a map. I handed it confetti and said navigate that, I'm not lost. I just orbit the offbeat, march to no drum, find rhythm in defeat. So I keep tripping upward, feet first in the cosmic pratfalls and deadpan verse. They call me inconsistent, good that's the plan, cause what's more absurd than a fully resolved man? I let go, not because I'm weak, because I've learned what weight is. Pain arrives, I watch it, but I don't own it. That's the first shift. I've sat still long enough to see how thoughts pretend to be real. They speak in my voice, but they lie with conviction and feel, and nothing stays. That's the lesson stamped into everything I love. Every joy temporary, every ache, life vexes me. I stop resisting the river, now I float, still tense. You'll drown, holding the shoreline. Attachment is the suffering. Even the beautiful things become sharp if you refuse to release them. Breathe in, that's one life. Breathe out, that's another. You are not the story in your head. You are not the name they gave you. You are not the future you fear or the past you defend. You are awareness, just watching it all. Stasis is the illusion that peace means stillness, but peace is motion without friction or rest. I've cried with closed eyes and found joy in silence. Compassion doesn't ask for credit, it just acts, yeah, it vibrates. Let the moment die, let the next one live. You don't need to carry both in your head. I move forward by stepping backwards from everything I thought I had to be. From their applause and their clauses, I step back from their words, man. Words, man, words, man, words, man. I spit in hyperlinks, fold context and layers like biofilm. My lines cite footnotes that reference trauma I might have felt. Every word's a quotation in drag, dressed as original sin. So I plagiarize existence with a wink and a violin. I write contradictions wrapped in rhythm, self-aware and spiral fed, where truth is a tenet that skipped rent but still sleeps in my head. Meanings collapse on contact. I lace intent with irony, say love but mean entropy. Redefine it quietly, syntax stitched like ransom notes. Every line a hostage thread. I don't just spit bars, I redact them, then publish what's left. Can't trust the message. The medium sold out its spine, so I ghostwrite my ego with lorem ipsum and wine. I glitched through the alphabet, fell out the margins. Now I rhyme in corrupted fonts that can't parse the jargon. I said peace, but the beat broke. False flag, I said hope, but the waveform stuttered. Syntax lag, every metaphor's a smoke screen for the meaning I disown. Cause I built this verse in parentheses, I forgot to close. I paint thought like collage, acrylic drips through scripture, then loop it through a printer and print the glitches fixture. Styles recombinant, my bars got crisper edits, each scheme split genes between dreams and aesthetic credit. Even my doubts got style, they self-cite in italics, debating in mirrors while I remix my malice. You want clarity? Cool, here's a picture of static, overlaid with a thesis on semiotic dramatics. Each cadence crossfades, no phrase stays intact. I rhyme fact with fractured and buried both in a track. This ain't rhyme, it's recursive recursion, verse that refers to the verse it subverts in immersion. I blur every signal till it pings like a myth, so my punchlines got footnotes you ain't qualified to sift. Even silence got subtext, every rest is a quote from a beat that sampled my grief and mislabeled the note. I don't rap, I collapse, implode structure and fashion, then remix the rubble into meme-scented passion. Call it meaning, call it madness, call it self-made dissonance. I call it art with an asterisk, meta-tagged and militant. Stasis don't apply when the source code scrambled. I boot loop belief and define truth is cancelled. Fuck hope, it's a leash dressed as light, a glow stick in the guts of a world that won't bite. I ain't here for salvation, I'm here cause I have to be. Scraped out of meat and lies, dressed up in apathy. God's dead, nah, he never showed up. I looked into the void and it blinked like a cover-up. Fuck prayers, I've whispered them in rooms so quiet they rotted. Truth ain't deep, it's hollow, dressed in promises forgotten. Every breath is theft, I didn't ask to be born, just woke up in a meat suit with shame stitched to the form. Meaning's a fucking sticker on a bomb that still ticks. And love, that's a drug designed to keep you in the crypt. I ain't healing, I'm rotting loud. Pride's my tourniquet, rage is my shroud. No grand design, no final act, no crown, just a grave dug by questions that never back down. I ain't searching, I stopped. All roads bend back to the void, dressed in plot. All friends fade, all gods rot. Every light's a glitch, every smile's a dot on a screen that flickers. Try again. And fuck that, if stasis means I don't play pretend, then I'll carve it in stone and break it again. I've swallowed every lie about legacy and grace. They taste like dust and bleach and unspoken hate. Truth, it's a ghost with a sharp grin. Every time you get close, it sheds another skin. I'm not lost, I'm uninvited. I didn't fall from grace, I spite it. You want peace? Cool, go find it. I'll be here spitting blood with a mic in a crisis. I don't grow, I calcify, crystallize pain like a fucking alibi. I watch time decay and dare it to blink. Each second a blade, each thought on the brink. Hope is for suckers who don't know the math. I did the sums, there's nothing that lasts. Purpose is just polish on a sealed casket. I don't seek truth, I hold it for ransom. So fuck stasis, fuck grace, fuck gods, fuck fate. All I got is this voice and the nerve to stay awake. Yeah. I stood in the wreckage of 8 frames of mine. Each cracked lens still lodged in my spine. From silence to rage, from grace to decline. I've mapped every edge of what it means to survive. I've worn virtue like armor till it rusted to bone. Let reason collapse just to sharpen my tone. I've laughed at the void with a splintered breath, then screamed at the sky cause it whispered less. I'm the echo of friction where doctrines fracture, stitched from fragments of truths that none could master. I don't follow the thread, I weave it, tear it, repurpose the pattern with teeth that inherit. I move not cause it's noble or clean, but because stillness calcifies everything I've seen. Stasis kills God, stasis kills dreams. Motion is the only right I've ever believed. You want closure? Cool, here's a lock I broke. Here's a creed I smoked. Here's a fate I revoked. Just to feel that rope snap against my throat and prove I still choke. Yeah, I learned pain is the proof. Not a purpose but presence. Not a meaning but momentum. Not a peace but persistence. I've been all of it. Monk, cynic, jester, God. I bled on the mic just to measure the odds. I've screamed through doubt, tuned trauma like song, and still built temples out of every what's wrong. I am the sum of dissonance refined through grit. I am the line they tried to cut from the script. I am movement incarnate, a glitch in the pit where the code still loops and I choose not to quit. There's no prize at the end, just echoes and dust, but I'll scream in the silence till my bones combust. Every bar I spit's a defiance or rust, a revolt against gravity, rotten disgust. I've made art from collapse, made pace from relapse, wrote verses with fingers still twitching from flashbacks. I am not healed, I am not whole, but I'm still in control. Not because I was meant to, but because I refuse to sit still in a system that burns what I use. I move because stasis is where meaning dies.
rise. I move because progress is how I lie to myself, to the fear, to the void I revere. I move because I'm still fucking here. So let the gods sleep, let the books rot, let the preachers preach, let the clock stop, let the stasis speak. I'll talk over the drop. I am motion, I am noise, I am fractured by choice. I am breath, I am grit, I am all of this shit, and I'm still not done with it.